Good afternoon from Yummy Bee TV. Sending loads of love to you all as usual. Now, before I go on my rounds and more stuff coming up later on today, there is breaking news coming through, just filtering through about the appeal of the length of sentence of Thomas Cashman, the man found guilty of murdering the young little girl in Liverpool, 9-year-old Olivia Pratt. Also found guilty of wounding Olivia's mum, Cheryl. Also found guilty of trying to murder Mr. Robert Nee. Right? Now, first of all, he made an appeal attempt in front of one judge that was dismissed. So his counsel decide that they're appealing again on a couple of grounds, which I'm going to break down to you exactly what they were coming with and what it actually means. So the second appeal takes place today, right? They have had that hearing and that request from Cashman's counsel to have that 42-year minimum term reduced, right? In front of a three-judge laid bench, right? So counsel, first argument is that we have to agree that Thomas Cashman definitely didn't turn up that day to murder young Olivia. So his argument on behalf of his client, Mr. Cashman, is that 30 years for murder would have been about the right sentence instead of 42. The second ground that he came with, Mr. Cooper, God bless him, is that if he serves 42 years at 34 years of age, he's only eligible for parole when he's 76, and it's not fair that he's going to be an old man. I've never heard such a funny one in all my life. Yeah, but I get what you mean. He's going to be too old to start a new life, etc., etc. And the sentence is manifestively far too long, with it being that the only man that he was looking to murder was Mr. Nee, yeah? That the judge today, the laid bench, say that the reasoning behind him not getting a whole life tariff, right, which we touched upon before, was because simply he didn't mean to murder Olivia that day. Because if he did, he would be doing a whole life sentence, yeah? But because he didn't mean to, they're thinking 30 years, it's a normal murder by mistake, an accident, and that if it was left to, say, the charges of wounding Olivia's mum, Cheryl, and Mr. Nee, then he wouldn't have got a life sentence. But hold on, during the sentence's remarks from the judges on the first thing, because of, being a danger to the public, they said that just for those two offences alone, if it was those two offences without the murder of Olivia, he would have still got a life term, but with probably a smaller minimum tariff stroke sentence, right? So they say that if you get 30 years for the murder of young Olivia and 12 years to run, because it's all one crime and it is fueled by him unconcerned. All he wants to do is get Mr. Nee, right? That's all he's after. And he doesn't care who's in his way. And the tragic events are that a young girl got killed and a mum got wounded because you wanted to get him so badly. You already shot him in the stomach, allegedly. So that wasn't enough. So you, obviously, whatever the reasons were, you were looking to finish him off for, only the reasons that you know. So the judge today has categorically said that no, there will be no reducement of that 42-year sentence, right? Simply because of the unfolding of all those crimes mixed together, whether it was an accident or unintentional or not, your behaviour of going for one man and not with no concern for anyone else, that 42 years is about the right sentence. So I hope I broke that down in the best way possible. But I've never heard that one before. They drew a reference to a case called from Reeves, that he would be too old to start all over again. I don't see how that could have been a mitigating factor. I could kind of agree and see that he didn't mean to murder Olivia, but after all, what we know is when, like Her Honour rightly just says, that when you carry a firearm, and you, for whatever you're involved in your gangland stuff, if you want to bring it to people that are not involved into their homes, and fire at random after they're trying to push the door shut, and for a 9-year-old girl to lose her life, lucky it's not a whole life tariff. That's what Uncle Yami says. But no, the news coming in a few minutes ago is that the sentence remains the same. See you all very shortly.